Hello everyone, welcome to this lecture. I am Amlan Das. Now I am going to discuss about reciprocal lattice to BCC lattice, that is reciprocal lattice to body centered cubic lattice, and we will show that the reciprocal lattice to BCC lattice is FCC lattice, that is face centered cubic lattice. Okay. Now we consider three body centered cubic primitive unit cell. Okay. Suppose this is a body centered cubic primitive unit cell. Okay. So at every corner of this unit cell there is an atom or lattice point. Okay. At every corner of this unit cell there is a lattice point, and one lattice point is at the center of this cube. Okay. So this is a BCC unit cell which is in the form of a cube. Now we consider another body centered cubic primitive unit cell. Suppose this is a BCC primitive unit cell. So here 8 atoms or 8 lattice points at 8 corners and one lattice point is at the middle point of this cube. Okay. Now suppose we consider another body centered cubic primitive unit cell. So this is a BCC unit cell. Here also 8 atoms or 8 lattice points at 8 corners and one lattice point is at the middle point of this cube. Okay. So this is a BCC unit cell, this is a BCC unit cell, and this is a BCC unit cell. Okay, that is we consider three body centered cubic primitive unit cell. Now suppose this is origin O. Okay, this is origin O where 3 unit cells are joined together. Suppose the length of each cube is A. Length of each cube is A. Suppose this is x axis, this is y axis, and this is z axis. Now suppose along this direction unit vector is I cap, along this direction unit vector is j cap, and along this direction unit vector is k cap. Now we first calculate the primitive translation vector of BCC lattice. Okay, so we first calculate the primitive translation vectors of BCC lattice. Okay, now we join this origin to this lattice point. Okay, suppose this is A dash. We join this origin to this lattice point and suppose this is A dash. Now we join this origin to this lattice point and suppose this is B dash. And we join this origin to this lattice point and suppose this is C dash. Okay. This A dash, B dash and C dash are primitive translation vector of BCC lattice. Okay. So this A dash, B dash and C dash are primitive translation vector of BCC lattice. We calculate this A dash, B dash and C dash. Okay. So we first calculate A dash. We see that the length of this cube is A. So this distance is A, this distance is A, this distance is A. So this distance is A by 2. This distance is A by 2 and this distance is A by 2. So to reach this point we have to go A by 2 distance along x axis, A by 2 distance along y axis and minus A by 2 distance along z axis. Okay. So to reach this point, we have to go a by 2 distance along x-axis, a by 2 distance along y-axis, and minus a by 2 distance along z-axis. So the primitive translation vector a dash will be, so the primitive translation vector a dash will be a dash equals to a by 2 I cap plus a by 2 j cap minus a by 2 k cap. Okay, so this is equals to a by 2 common I cap plus j cap minus k cap. So the primitive translation vector a dash is a by 2 I cap plus a by 2 I cap plus j cap minus k cap. Now we calculate b dash. Okay, to calculate b dash, we see that to reach this point we have to go minus a by 2 distance along x-axis, a by 2 distance along y-axis, and a by 2 distance along z-axis. Okay, so to reach this point we have to go minus a by 2 distance along x-axis, a by 2 distance along y-axis, and a by 2 distance along z-axis. So the primitive translation vector b dash will be b dash is equals to minus a by 2 I cap plus a by 2 j cap plus a by 2 k cap. So this is equals to a by 2 common minus I cap plus j cap plus k cap. Okay. Now to calculate c dash, we see that to reach this point we have to go a by 2 distance along x-axis, okay, and minus a by 2 distance along y-axis and a by 2 distance along z-axis. To reach this point we have to go a by 2 distance along x-axis minus a by 2 distance along y-axis and a by 2 distance along z-axis. So the primitive translation vector c dash will be c dash vector is equals to a by 2 I cap minus a by 2 j cap plus a by 2 k cap. So a by 2 common I cap minus j cap plus k cap. So this is c dash. Thus we get a dash is equals to a by 2 I cap plus j cap minus k cap. And b dash vector is equals to a by 2 minus I cap plus j cap plus k cap, and c dash vector is equals to a by 2 I cap minus j cap plus k cap. Okay. So a dash vector is this, b dash vector is this, and c dash vector is this. And this a dash, b dash, c dash vectors are the primitive translation vectors of BCC lattice. Now we calculate the reciprocal lattice vectors of this BCC lattice. Okay, we calculate the reciprocal lattice vectors of this BCC lattice. We know that the reciprocal lattice vectors are a vector star is equals to 2 pi b dashed cross c dashed by a dashed dot b dashed cross c dashed. Okay, b vector star is equals to 2 pi c dashed cross A dash by A dash dot B dash cross C dash and C vector star is equals to 2 pi A dash cross B dash by A dash dot B dash cross C dash. Okay. We know that reciprocal lattice vectors are A vector star is this, B vector star is this and C vector star is this. So these are the reciprocal lattice vectors. We first calculate A vector star. So to calculate A vector star, we first calculate this B vector dash cross C vector dash term. Okay. So we calculate B vector dash cross C vector dash, and this is equals to, if we put the value of B dash and C dash, we get A by 2 minus I cap plus J cap plus K cap, this is B dash, cross C dash is A by 2 I cap minus J cap plus K cap. So this is equals to A square by 4 minus I cap plus J cap plus K cap cross I cap minus J cap plus K cap. So this is a cross product. This is equals to A square by 4. If we write as a determinant form, then we get I cap, determinant I cap, J cap, K cap, and here we write here minus 1 plus 1 plus 1, and here we write plus 1 minus 1 and plus 1. Okay. If we expand this determinant, then we get A square by 4, and here is I cap 1 plus 1 plus J cap, here is 1 plus 1 plus K cap, here is 1 minus 1. Okay. So we get this is equals to A square by 4 2 I cap plus 2 J cap. Okay. So this is equals to A square by 4 2 common I cap plus J cap. Thus we get A square by 2 I cap plus J cap. Okay. So we get the value of B dash cross C dash is A square by 2 I cap plus J cap. Okay. So we can write B dash cross C dash is A square by 2 I cap plus J cap. Now we calculate A dash dot B dash cross C dash, that is this volume term. Okay. So the value of A dash dot B dash cross C dash is, now value of A dash is A by 2 I cap plus J cap minus K cap dot, the value of B dash cross C dash is this, that is A square by 2 I cap plus J cap. So this is equals to A square A cube by 4 I cap plus J cap minus K cap dot I cap plus J cap. Okay. So this is equals to A cube by 4 I cap dot I cap is 1 plus J cap dot J cap is 1. Okay. So this is equals to A cube by 4 into 2. This is equals to A cube by 2. A cube by 2. Thus we get the value of this volume term, that is A dash dot B dash cross C dash is A cube by 2. Okay. So we get value of A dash dot b dash cross c dash is a cube by 2. So value of a dash dot b dash cross c dash is a cube by 2. Now we calculate the reciprocal lattice vector a vector star. Okay, so a vector star is equals to 2 pi b dash cross c dash by a dash dot b dash cross c dash. Now here we put the value of b dash cross c dash and a dash dot b dash cross c dash. Okay, so this is equals to 2 pi. The value of this term is a square by 2 I cap plus j cap, and value of this volume term is a cube by 2, a cube by 2. So this is equals to 2 pi by a I cap plus j cap. Okay, thus we get the value of this reciprocal lattice vector a vector star is 2 pi by a I cap plus j cap. So we can write value of a vector star is equals to 2 pi by a I cap plus j cap. Now we calculate b vector star. So to calculate b vector star, we first calculate this c vector dash dot c vector dash cross a vector dash, this term. Okay, so the value of c vector dash cross a vector dash is equals to value of c vector dash is a by 2 I cap minus j cap plus k cap cross value of a dash is a by 2 I cap plus j cap minus k cap. So this is equals to a square by 4 I cap minus j cap plus k cap cross I cap plus j cap minus k cap. Now this is a cross product. We can write this as a determinant form a square by 4 I cap j cap k cap, and here is 1, here is minus 1, here is 1, and here is plus 1 minus 1. Okay, so this is equals to a square by 4 I cap 1 minus 1 plus j cap 1 plus 1 plus k cap 1 plus 1. Okay, so this is equals to a square by 4 2 j cap plus 2 k cap. So this is equals to a square by 4 2 common j cap plus k cap. So this is equals to a square by 2 j cap plus k cap. Thus we get the value of this term, that is c dash cross a dash is a square by 2 j cap plus k cap. Okay, so we can write c dash cross a dash is a square by 2 j cap plus k cap. So now we calculate b vector star. Okay, so b vector star is equals to 2 pi c dash cross a dash by a dash dot b dash cross c dash. Okay, now here we put the value of this C dash cross A dash and this volume term. So this is equals to 2 pi. Value of C dash cross A dash is A square by 2 J cap plus K cap, and the value of this volume term is A cube by 2. So this is A cube by 2. Okay. So this is equals to 2 pi by A J cap plus K cap. Thus we get the value of the reciprocal lattice vector B vector star is 2 pi by A J cap plus K cap. Okay. So we can write B vector star is equals to 2 pi by A J vector plus K vector. Okay. Now we calculate C vector star. Okay. So to calculate C vector star, this reciprocal lattice vector C vector star, we first calculate the value of this term, that is A vector dashed cross B vector dashed. Okay. So we calculate A vector dashed cross B vector dashed. Now A vector dashed is A by 2 I cap plus J cap minus K cap cross value of B vector star is B vector dashed is this A by 2 minus I cap plus J cap plus K cap. This is equals to A square by 2 I cap plus J cap minus K cap cross minus I cap plus J cap plus K cap. Okay. Now we calculate this cross product. Okay. So this is equals to A square by 2. We can write it as a determinant form I cap J cap K cap, and here is plus 1, here is plus 1, here is minus 1, and here is minus 1, plus 1 and plus 1. Okay. So this is equals to A square by 2 I cap 1 plus 1 plus J cap 1 minus 1 plus K cap 1 plus 1. Okay. So this is equals to A square by 2 I cap plus 2 K cap. This is equals to A square by 2 in A square by 4 here A square by 4, A square by 4, A square by 4, here also A square by 4. Okay. So A square by 4 into 2 common J cap, K cap plus I cap. Okay. Or I cap plus K cap. So this is equals to A square by 2 K cap plus I cap. Okay. So the value of A dashed cross B dashed is A square by 2 K cap plus I cap. So we can write A dashed cross B dashed is A square by 2 K cap plus I cap. Now we calculate C vector star. Okay. So C vector star is 2 pi A dashed cross B dashed by A dashed dot B dashed crossed C dashed. Okay. Now here we put the value of A dashed cross B dashed and this volume term. So this is equals to 2 pi and value of this term is A square by 2 k cap plus I cap, and value of this term is a cube by 2, okay, because a vector dot b vector cross c vector is a cube by 2, we calculate in previous, okay. So this is equals to 2 pi by a k cap plus I cap. Thus we get the value of reciprocal lattice vector c vector dash is c vector star is 2 pi by a k vector k cap plus I cap, okay. Thus we get c vector star is 2 pi by a k cap plus I cap. So the reciprocal lattice vector to BCC lattice are a vector star is 2 pi by a I cap plus j cap, b vector star is 2 pi by a j cap plus k cap, and c vector star is 2 pi by a k cap plus I cap. So these are the reciprocal lattice vectors to BCC lattice. Now here 2 pi by a is common, okay, here we see that 2 pi by a is common in 3 cases. So 2 pi by a is lattice constant, okay, and these are the primitive translation vector of FCC lattice, okay. These are the primitive translation vector of face centered cubic lattice. So we can say that the reciprocal lattice vector to BCC lattice is FCC lattice, okay. The reciprocal lattice vector to body centered cubic lattice is face centered cubic lattice, okay. Thus we discuss reciprocal lattice to BCC lattice, okay. Thank you for watching this video.